we're on.
Hey, we are on.
Welcome to the coach's box. I think I'm right there. What camera am I on?
Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. Hey, guess what? He's back.
Zach jumps right into everything. Zach
we didn't even get to make fun of Blair doing the board or anything.
That's going to be all show. That's going to be all show.
This is what Zach's been living for since,
Day
2010?
He may buy a ticket.
He's already got season passes.
Exactly. No, not really. But I will go.
Say that pie money's good.
Oh, I don't know about that now. Hey, he's back.
Is he back?
He's back, and they aren't testing for steroids. Yeah!
That's awesome. But no, we're talking about the machine, Albert Pujols, coming back to St. Louis.
Now, have you seen where some people are not liking it?
You know
people
what?
are saying why are you celebrating a guy that turned his back on us and blah, 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 blah.
I don't know.
Go root for another team.
Yep.
We don't like you.
Nope.
The Savior is back.
Yeah. Well, hey, now, let's not go that far. But we will say the machine is back.
The Cardinals Savior.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey.
Wait, Blair, what do you think?
I don't know. Can't hear me.
Hey.
They haven't sold you the whole time. There we go.
So what's going on here tonight, Chris? We got a little change in action going on. Tell everybody what's going on.
Well, first off, we're letting Blair experiment with this a little bit too, because it's good stuff. There you go. See?
Hey, there we are.
You adjusted your own volume.
Man, I figured it out.
The guy who runs the board should know his own volume first.
That's not least of my worry.
We know that.
All right, so we do. Blair kind of threw this little teaser out today.
Yes,
today in a commercial that and we had posted a survey, a little Google Doc. It's 6 questions. If you haven't yet, please do that because we're just kind of gathering some information. But our big announcement, and if Riley can figure out how to throw it up there,
get it. I get it.
Give it a second. Wait for it. Is that attaboy? So we are already on Apple Podcasts. So we have an audio. We have our shows. Now they're not all there yet, not all 100, but we have probably about 20 some odd shows already loaded. We're kind of going in both directions inwards. So we have our latest episodes. By the way, if you do go to Apple right now, there's a double of our episode 100. The top one, there's some kind of glitch they have that I've been in contact with them because I didn't want to put this out there first and then have people going, hey, it's not working. Like, okay, look, it's okay. The other ones work. And so we got episode 100. We're back to, I think it goes all the way back to about 92, 91, something like that. And then we actually have our first episode up to about 15, 16, something like that. So we're kind of going in reverse, kind of both ways, kind of cover both things. And just trying to add those. And it is kind of tedious, and it's kind of crazy. But if you do enjoy listening to the show, because we have had people tell us in the past, I like to turn it on, but I have other things I need to do. Right. And everybody has things to do on Wednesday nights sometimes. I mean, you got family of kids, you got this, that, or whatever. Maybe you got a ball game that you're at, and you don't really want to pay attention to that ball game, or you're doing something you don't want to pay attention to. Now you can just throw on Coach's Box. You can listen to it anytime you want. You can pause it anytime you want. You can go back, boom, pick it right up. And a
lot of that, I mean, you got to talk about the fact that a lot of it has to do with the people that watch the show. Yeah. I mean, we got to thank you guys.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Over the last couple of years, it's to you and to your credit of really kind of building your guys' idea for this idea of the show, and it's like, let's kind of branch out and let's see the different mediums that we can get out here. And that's credit to them. So thank you guys for that, and continue to like and share and post and comment and make fun of us, because that's what this is all about.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny, with all the news about celebrities and stuff recently. we
gotta
put our
get it at some point.
we're not celebrities, but we do put ourselves out there in the public. We do it with our own jobs. We do it with doing this show, and it's fine. I mean, we take criticism, we take compliments, and we probably like the criticism more, in my opinion. But if you're talking about us, we're okay with that.
It's the Nick Saban quote about you can't make everybody happy. If you do, sell ice cream.
Sell ice cream.
Sell it.
It's a very good quote.
Yeah.
But as Riley put on there, if you go to Apple Podcasts, you can search for the Coach's Box, and it'll bring us up. There's also a QR code that was on there, and we'll have all that. And we are going to be trying other platforms too. Apple was just kind of convenient. It was right there. It's actually one that I listen to several podcasts while I'm driving to the St. Pius X shuttle. And I just think it's something that again you guys can do. We had a lot of feedback on it. So if you go there, you can just subscribe. It's all free. 100% free. We don't want to charge anybody anything to listen to the show, watch the show.
We're
not in to make money. No. So just just when you subscribe or you follow it, please do that. Now there is one other thing we'd like to ask. We would like if you have a chance, especially when you do the survey, once you finish the survey, again 6 questions, multiple choice. I mean, Zach can do it for the love of God.
I can do it.
And once you get to the end, if you're not a YouTube, we have a YouTube channel that we haven't really pushed because again, I'll go back to what your son said when he told you that old people are on Facebook and the young people are on YouTube.
He said it nicely.
He said it nicely.
Dad, if you want to get the younger audience, if you want to get the kids involved, you got to go to YouTube.
Right.
You got to go to YouTube now.
And every now and then, I mean, I get on YouTube and looking up videos, looking up different stuff for even basketball.
Well, definitely.
But sometimes it's easier to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, Riley has said that we've had, young. I don't want to call them fans, but young guys and gals that have said, "Hey, man, I've listened to your show, watch your show. It's great. It's awesome." You've given shout-outs before. We've had, like I said, just last week we had some kids talking about it in class about, "Hey, saw your poster up here at the Herculaneum La Pachanga." You've talked about kids. So we're trying to reach everybody in the different demographics and just really trying to build what we're doing because 2 years of doing this, we figured we're having fun. Let's try and build a little bit.
Yeah. So I mean, and again, it's like Zach said, it all comes back to your all's feedback because we've had a lot of people that don't admit to watching the show.
Never.
Now, wait a minute.
They live in Perryville, I think.
No, those guys they admit to watching it. There are several that we won't name, but they tune into the show and sometimes they have other things to do. Now you have that opportunity, and like I said, we're going to be looking at different platforms.
You commute. I mean, it's you commute a far away. You can put up with listening to our voices that long.
You don't have to look at our ugly mugs either.
There we go.
That's the best part.
And because I personally have a face for radio, this makes it so much.
I don't.
So
but
much
anyway, Dave's like, not me, bro.
Oh my goodness.
And that's why he has a young one at home.
That's right. That's right.
Oh boy.
So don't hate the player, hate the game.
Hey. Yep. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
And again, just we would like to ask you to fill out the survey. And appreciate you guys. Now back to the news that Zach, for the love of everything holy, has jumping the stinking gun.
Have we not talked about this? I mean, going all the way back, probably within the first few months of the show, about how great would it be to have Albert back.
As soon as he got released, I'm like, come on. And then the Dodgers of all
Dodgers
teams.
I'm pretty sure there was somebody at this table that said, never gonna happen.
What? How did I
never
think
gonna
you did say
happen.
Yeah,
so you get out there and you give all the comments that you want to this guy sitting over here.
That's
it
right.
happened.
Thank you. I said it.
He is back, and now Zac McVey may buy a ticket.
I will. I'll go on record.
Totally gonna buy a ticket.
Totally gonna buy a ticket.
I will. Yes.
Yeah.
I have to,
I
but
will.
what is bad is it's going to be tricky to figure out, is Pujols going to be in the lineup or not?
I hope so.
He was in the lineup today. Did you see what they did? They won 29-8.
Yeah, I saw that. Holy
Put up
crap.
29 runs. Now, wait, I know it's spring training.
I know, but every time
you're a
my
Major League
phone went
Baseball
off.
player.
I'm surprised they didn't just stop the game. Like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, this is
We're done. It's spring training.
29 to 8. I mean,
scary.
hey, they didn't fall forward.
You don't have to. You're pros. You're getting paid to do it. There is no falling
That's
forward
exactly
in
right.
pros.
Did
There's
not
no,
fall
college, there is no falling forward in college. You're getting paid.
Tony Teague, take your negative stuff. I don't even know you, but take your negative stuff and get it off there. Because
Tony is a coworker of mine at Pepsi.
okay, well
Okay.
then you
Hey,
You get that negative comment out of your mouth.
Thank you.
First you pedal Pepsi, so that sucks. But
Thank you. It's a choice.
oh yuck! I'll drink
I
Mountain Dew,
miss
Diet
it.
Mountain
There's
Dew.
days I miss it. Most days.
So
But
good. Need to quit though.
quit with that crap. He's gonna bat over 100.
Hey,
What do you?
what's the 20? What 24? 20? I mean, how many home runs does he need?
Well,
to
he needs
700?
21.
I can't. It's in the 20s. It's in the 20s.
He's got to
Couple
get it.
something.
I just think being in St. Louis is just going to take over. It's going to be like he was back here in 2004, 2011,
Get the
all those
statue
years, whatever
ready.
years it was.
Get the statue
couple.
ready. Are they going to have it ready by the end of the season, end of the playoffs? Are they going to unveil it?
No.
The last get? You don't think so? They do it the next year.
Yeah, I'll be happy.
Okay.
You think they're going to have a statue?
Heck yes!
Well, at some
It's
point
gonna
he
be
will have a statue.
Stan the Man, and then Pujols.
This Teague is saying no way now. What? Just stop. You work with.
Hey,
Blair.
let's
That
hear your
explains
thoughts out there. You know,
let's hear it.
besides Teague, let's get some other people.
Hey,
What are your
Robin
thoughts?
Valroy is watching.
Hey, coach.
Hey, coach.
Watch out.
Robin.
But the other big news that I think's fine is the fact that the CBA that they said they're not going to test for steroids anymore.
Oh God.
What?
Here we go.
What? You want home
You want to
runs.
be entertained.
Exactly. If you don't want a high batting average anymore, you want home runs and RBIs. Well,
That's
there we
right.
go. Little juice. Help you out.
Little juice never hurt anybody. Or did it.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm just saying.
that's fine. Hey, they're grown adults.
Well,
So
yeah.
if you're grown adults, it's okay to use.
It's okay if you're a grown adult.
In professional
Unless-
sport, listen, I'll go on record. I'll say this: steroids are fine in professional sports, except for two caveats:
All right.
MMA and boxing.
But baseball, it's okay.
Yeah,
Because it's not doing any. It's
In
not.
football, it's okay where you're
because it's not a
hitting people.
gladiator sport.
Ask
You
Mike,
have
ask Mike Webster.
$1,000
Yes.
So
pads on.
football. Oh, I don't care if they have $1,000.
You don't think these guys in the
well,
NFL
it's
are
okay
on
to have
steroids?
steroids in this one and that one, but not this one.
Not combat
What about
sports.
swimming?
Not combat sports. That's me. Come
Yeah,
on.
not combat sport.
No.
Zach,
What?
we've been. This is like a dead horse.
Okay.
With you, because I know you want steroids in the game, and he does.
Don't
you
you
don't
want
care either
entertainment?
way. It's fine.
So
You
the
wanna be
question I
entertained.
ask, and I think I got a couple comments on here about this. You know, I don't think that bringing Pujols back is going to win us a World Series,
No.
I don't think
but
so.
it's going to get people back excited about baseball.
Well, I don't know. Deering ain't very excited. Deering, take your Chiefs crap and go somewhere else. Who else is back? I'm going to be happy about it whether he's batting
Yeah.
.05, 9,
Don't
or
matter.
if he's batting a 300 like he's going to bat and hit 20 home
Well,
runs.
let's not get ahead of ourselves too much here.
I'm
Now-
feeling nostalgic.
Now, let's since we're feeling nostalgic, let me ask you this
He's gonna
question.
hit 200 something.
That's
Probably.
fine. Let me ask you this question though, and we'll stop the steroid talk. Now that the CBA is going to say no more testing of steroids, does that mean do you let the steroid era players into the Hall of Fame now?
They should already be in the Hall of Fame.
Agreed.
Barry
But
Bonds.
now
how do
you-
you not have Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame? It's the stupidest
Because
thing
it's a
ever.
bunch. Okay, first
There you
that's
go.
a deeper conversation as far as why
You're going to say
the
a
Hall
bunch
of Fame.
of writers.
The Hall of Fame for baseball is the stupidest, 100% the dumbest way to put people in the Hall of Fame. And all it is to glorify a bunch of guys who are way past it. They don't understand how the game is played even nowadays. They're done. And all it is just some kind of like, oh, I'm a Hall of Fame voter. Who gives a damn? I mean, really. But that's
Well,
that's
we
a
give a
system
damn
needs.
because people aren't getting in.
No, I'm saying that it's just a thing for them. Okay, the one guy who what was it, Jeter, who didn't get unanimous or
One vote.
Yeah, one vote.
One vote.
Just because I could say that I didn't vote for Jeter.
That's what.
Really?
Was the quote. That was the quote.
I know.
Yeah.
What a douche.
There you go. Now, how many more guys are in the Baseball Writers Association that make that decision? That's why it's stupid. And you have to have however many people, and if you don't, then you're off the ballot. Oh, well, hey, you ran for that long in there. And now, even though we had a good group of guys come through that were so much better, but you're that caliber of a player, and now you're off the ballot because you didn't get enough votes, that's stupid too. The whole system's dumb. It's just dumb.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, hey, you're really quiet over there.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, it's 'cause so if we want him to shut up, we put him on the board.
Hey, how's he going to work the music when he's cut himself off? You know?
I'll reach over there and turn it on. But I look, going back to what you said about me, and I'll eat the crow. I said I didn't think he'd ever do it because I didn't think pride. I thought the pride would get in the way of Mozeliak and DeWitt. Now, here's the funny thing: you just went and got Corey Dickerson, who you want to play at DH, and then rotate him in with the outfield. You got Pujols, who needs 21 home runs to get to 700. Pujols is going to need a whole damn season to get to 21 home runs.
Probably. Here's my prediction. So
So it is 21.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's 24 or less, I believe.
It's 21.
Somebody look it up, tell us. But I think what's going to wind up happening is you said you think the Brewers are going to win the division.
Yeah.
Okay, we know the Pirates are the Pirates. The Reds have gone on a fire sale. You've got the Brewers, and the Cubs are who knows what. So I think what winds up happening is the Cardinals give it their honest effort, probably to the dog days, maybe a little bit past the All-Star break, trade deadline. And then if they're out of contention, then I think you see Pujols in the lineup every day with everybody's intention on trying to get 700.
You don't bring Pujols back and not try to get him 700 because the fans are going to go absolute for a first-year manager. That's
Crazy.
You have two guys who are on their way out, and you just brought the other guy. Who
I
was
know. I
the
thought
legend.
that
I'm like,
when this all
man.
came down, I thought, man. And your first year as manager, you had the three icons of
my generation of the Cardinal.
I don't know if it's true because everything on the internet has to be true, right? But
That's what Abraham Lincoln said.
But the meme about he was 14 when Albert. This is Marmol, the coach. He was 14 when Albert first started in the league.
Yeah. I mean, I was 17.
Crazy.
I mean now you're the
Crazy.
Now you're the manager.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that conversation like? Hey, coach, I want to play today. Well, I think we need to. No,
It's
coach.
it's the same.
I want to play today.
It's the same problem that they said about Molina because Molina would tell. I mean, Matheny's not going to tell Molina he ain't playing.
Yeah.
Then Shilda ain't going
wasn't
to.
either.
What's Marmol going to do? It's going to be. It'll be an interesting season. I am happy that he's going to finish as a Cardinal. I am.
Yeah.
I just don't think we're not going to get the same Pujols. I hope he gets to 700.
Yeah.
There's going to be some lightning in a bottle, though. He's going to come up at some point
Think about that
in a
adrenaline.
significant at bat,
Oh, yeah.
and he's going to yak one out, and the crowd's going to go crazy. We're all going to say, Pujols, Pujols.
Hey, how about this? What there's
gonna be
80,
crazy.
81 home games.
All
Every
sold out.
single time that
Does he get an ovation?
Well, yeah. Every time he comes to the plate, when he came back, he got an ovation. He's going to get an ovation every time because it's that. It might be the last time. He might. What if he hurts himself?
Oh, okay, so
There you
over under. What's your bet? Is he in the home opener?
Yes.
Yes, DH.
He is starting as designated hitter.
Oh,
In
he
the
has
very
to start the first
game.
home game. Has
Damn
to.
right. There's no way
No
you
way.
can't.
Wainwright, I don't know their schedule. They've always been on the road. It seems
No, I
like
think
day
they're-
one.
No, they
Is it
start
finally-
the day.
finally?
I think the first day of
7.
That's right, because we're
April
playing
7th.
we're playing up there. We're St. Pius the X. We're playing up there on Saturday.
Yeah, we played you yesterday. I want to
Yeah.
talk about.
How'd that game go?
Great.
a good ball
It was
game.
good.
It was actually- it went really quick.
Yeah,
It was
when you have
one of the fastest games ever.
It was. Well, I mean, we'll talk, very quickly. Tate, complete game shutout, 88 pitches. 7 innings. Not shutout, sorry, but 7-inning complete game, 88 pitches. That's just...
Okay, wait, we got to put a pause on that.
Okay.
Tony Teague said if he hits 21 home runs this year, I will buy each one of you your supper.
Hey!
That'll be a first. That'll be a second. Second.
Wait.
Second.
Pujols.
Yes. All right. Well, maybe I do like you, Tony.
And, hey, the quickest way to a man's heart is
Buy food.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Just like that.
Hey, can you include drinks in that?
That is your food.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Man. And just like that.
And just like that. No, so, I mean, we can kind of table that for now and see what's going to go on.
We're tabling Pujols already?
Yeah, well, I mean...
Number 5?
Number 5. That's cool, man.
It is.
Now, I can't remember who told me. It was probably you. But it was like, man, I'm so excited to be able to take my son, or it might have been you.
It definitely wasn't
It might
me.
have been you, to go to the Cardinal game to watch Albert Pujols. Heck, it could have been my wife. I don't know. And then whoever
It wasn't me,
was.
but it's a thought in my head.
Okay, I'm going to say, go ahead and say it. Why does he care? That's not, because I said he's going to get to see the best player of our generation. And then the comment was, your generation, his favorite player, the best player.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, that was you. Go ahead.
No, I just said that it's like, and he was going to say, yeah, of your generation. Like, Dad, Mike Trout, bro.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the guy. That's the best player of this generation.
Yeah. But it's going to be cool. I think you're going to see our age, our demographic taking their kids to the ballpark and saying that's the man.
And
that's the man.
Yeah. I mean, he's earned it, and I can't say this enough. I'm glad he's back. I just, hope he gets 700, and that way I can get some.
I'm looking forward to paying all that money for the hot dogs and nachos, and I'm sure you guys are looking forward for the $20 adult sodas.
Listen, all you got to do is do the all-inclusive tickets.
It is. That's the best way to go.
All of your food
I know.
that you want.
I know. It is. It's the only
You
way
eat
to go.
3 hot dogs, and you paid for it.
Done. It is.
Well, have
you done that
if
before?
you have 2 refreshments.
Yeah, a lot.
What are those
Coke?
running? What are those running now?
I don't know. I've been
I've
involved.
been there a long time. I can't tell you last time I
Wait.
Wait.
There's inflation going on, Zach. I couldn't tell you. If it's anything like a gallon of gas right now,
Oh man.
I mean, it's like, all right, look, we're all going to share this one. Nope.
I don't even like to talk about it. It just gets me riled up.
What prices?
Yeah, just everything about everything.
Cannot wait until
Anything
the
about our
owners,
government, I just...
the owners just, they're talking about trickle down stuff, which is not real. Trickle all that down into the fans coming back. It's like, listen, we got to pay for these guys to travel, so that beer now is $15.
Oh man, I'm curious what
I
it
wouldn't
is.
doubt it.
Beers were already like that, I think. I don't know.
20?
Last time I was there...
Did I say 15? I meant 20.
Oh my
It was,
god.
it was outrageous.
Was it? Well.
DeWalt's got to pay for that Arenado $50 million now.
Now,
Yes, he does.
okay. Time out. Let's talk about that. Let's not table it. If you're Arenado and you're Goldie, what's your thoughts? Are
You get to play with one of the best players of all time.
Dude, they're already talking to him about hitting and everything. Dude, I don't think it's even a thought.
Give me some hints that what made you good. Yeah.
Dude, they were just talking about it the other day on 101, just that just all the people that are going to want to talk to him to get advice and how to hit and do whatever.
Obviously, it worked today. If it was 20-something to 3 or whatever you said the score was, so I mean that. Is
29.
it 29? Okay. Now my question is it because of the type of baseball players that Goldie and Arenado are that they can maybe put I don't want to say the contract, but maybe the ego of saying we're supposed to be the it guys, we're the stars because that's who they are.
They're still going to be the it guys, even though Pujols is there.
Uh-huh.
I mean, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I could.
Blair's screwing this up already.
We just got a frozen camera. It's all good.
Okay. Well, it happens.
It's the one that's on YouTube, guys.
Well, then it don't matter.
It don't matter. Yeah. Hey, it's kind of like a practice for the podcast. if they
Yeah,
wanna-
no one wants to see our face.
No.
Why would
But
they?
Aha, you admitted it.
Why would they?
Well, now if you're I don't know, throw some other guys out there, a Lindor, or this, or that, and you're supposed to be the face of the franchise, and he comes in and steals the show because he's going to. How do you take it? I mean, do you think everybody's going to take it the same way as Arenado, or do you think they're like, no, this is supposed to be my team, this is supposed to be my time, and ego gets in the way?
I don't think ego gets in the way when it's someone this good. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. So I
know them guys don't have an opinion.
No, they're doing stuff. Maybe we need to take it. Maybe we need to take a break. You want to take a break right now? All right. So while we work out some technical difficulties here,
some Blair difficulties.
I'll
be honest. I don't want to blame it on him because
I will.
Shocking.
That's how it is. Shocking. Got late practice. I'm blaming Blair.
It's always Blair's fault.
So we'll go ahead and it's about that time anyway. We're 30 minutes into this, so we'll take a quick break here, and when we come back, somebody else can do some talking, and we'll talk Final Four.
Ooh, Final Four.
I don't even know who's in it.
See, they're
and you're watching the Coach's Box. We'll be right back. Whether it's residential or commercial, Home by SMCI has the right products for you. Global Plasma Solutions will attack your bacteria, mold, viruses, and even help with dust in your house. They install easily in less than 45 minutes, and it's invaluable for the rest of your life. If you're interested in any of the products they offer, give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Wiley Agencies has 2 locations in Festus and Hillsborough to serve you. We offer home, auto, boat, motorcycle, business, life insurance, investments, and much more. We offer a customized approach unique to your situation to make sure you, your family, and assets are properly protected. We also offer great rates and savings. Give us a call today at 636-764-6294 for the Festus office or 636-333-9903 for the Hillsborough office to do an insurance review or just talk sports. If you don't have time to call, feel free to email Sean at SeanWiley@allstate.com.
Are you worried about planning for your financial future? Turn to the expert with 29 years of experience and give Brian Waits a call today. Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services specializes in investments, life insurance, retirement plans, tax planning, and even 401k rollovers. For more information, or if you just want to get a quote, call Brian at 314-374-6713 or email him at bwaits@woodburyfinancial.net. No time to eat in? No problem. Don't feel like cooking? We'll do it for you. Need wings for your party? TJ's Bar and Grill has got you covered. TJ's is a local mom and pop establishment in Peevely, Missouri, known for their own homemade pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and their famous TJ's wing sauce. Open 7 days a week, they are family friendly, biker friendly, and locally owned. Come by or order by phone with your credit card at 636-475-3648. TJ's Bar and Grill. We're glad you stopped by. Emex Transportation is a proud sponsor of the Coach's Box. Emex, the trucking company of small businesses. Roses are red, violets are blue. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let Kelly Kaufman move you. Kelly Kaufman of Real Living Gateway Real Estate brings a fresh approach with an honest, innovative, aggressive, and junk-free fee experience for all her customers. Whether you're a first-time buyer or experienced seller, Kelly Kaufman has the tools to deliver the best client experience in the industry. Give Kelly a call today at 314-221-6090 and let her move you today. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? If so, contact Stacy Miller at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Stacy works with first-time home buyers and even savvy sellers. She also specializes in working with investors, lenders, and title companies. Stacy will be there every step of the way. Contact her today at 314-606-1007
or visit stacyzmiller.com. Whether it's residential or commercial, Home by SMCI has the right products for you. Global Plasma Solutions will attack your bacteria, mold, viruses, and even help with dust in your house. They install easily in less than 45 minutes, and it's invaluable for the rest of your life. If you're interested in any of the products they offer, give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
All right.
You're getting it.
We are getting it here. So we are back on the
Blair's
coach's box.
figuring it out. Figuring it out.
And Zach and Jason aren't frozen anymore. Not on
Hey,
the
that's
screen
all right.
for
That's
the whole
right.
time, so-
Hey, and it wasn't anything
Back for your
that,
viewing pleasure. Yes.
I want to say that it wasn't anything that,
No.
that Riley did.
No.
So
I
good
did.
job. Hey,
It was.
trust me, it takes some time to
Yeah.
get used to that.
does.
There's a lot of
It
moving
does.
parts that go along with this.
There it does.
And like right now, you haven't moved the camera at all.
I haven't
Anybody
yet.
else?
Well, I want to make sure that these guys realize that they're not frozen and they're not normally like that.
I
so-
see us. We look good.
Huh?
I said we look good.
Hey.
Neither one of us shaved in a
No,
minute.
I need
You're
to.
a lot longer than I
I
am.
know. I know. But thank you.
Hey,
I don't think he's ever shaved, he said.
Oh.
He's never shaved it all the way.
No, 20. What year is it? 2022. 20 years.
20 years you've wore that ugly
Incredible.
beard?
Well, it hadn't been as gray since about 2018. It got started to get a little gray since then. But,
Oh, this
Uh-oh.
you know.
Silver Fox over
I
here.
don't know about all that.
Is that what Mandy
Yeah,
says?
silver fox.
She's like, I like the salt and pepper look, Zach.
Hey, Jason Clark. Good to see you watching.
But hey, we're here at Herculaneum La Pachanga, and we just want to say thanks again to Joel and everybody here, and just to give another shout out to them, but also to all of our sponsors. And if you're looking to sponsor the show, it's Chris. We've been telling-
$25 to start, and then $15 a month after that. You
I mean,
can't beat that
no.
at Walmart.
No,
Not even.
no.
No,
Devin can't beat it at a mobile or on the run or a quick
Well,
trip.
There you
or,
go. You start talking about gas now. Jason's going to
I'm
get triggered.
sorry, I'm triggered.
Things that trigger Jason. Oh, my
that's
gosh.
a segment. That's a commercial.
I like that.
Commercial.
I like that.
I like that.
There we go.
Like a top 10.
Top
10.
Wayne's World, right?
Oh, I
man.
like it.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Wow,
if you're interested,
wow.
if you're interested in sponsoring, like I said, you just contact any of us. If you know somebody who's, we try to help the small businesses. We do appreciate our sponsors, and we've had a lot of people who've actually reached out. It's just times are tough. It's kind of like when we first started the show and things were tough then because of the shutdown. Now things are tough because the
Things are
government's just printing money and throwing it into the economy and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Jason.
I didn't even let it trigger me.
Not this time. Not this time.
Don't
Not
be
this
the
This
same
time.
time it just made me tick. Whoa, wait,
Look at
hey.
this.
Somebody
it's
must
cold.
have
Whoa.
took
It's
care of
cold.
us in this
Oh,
place.
my.
Watch out.
Man.
That looks like some dessert.
Hey.
Mike, keep that one. for a
Hey,
second.
you know what? This
Zach's
is
got one
this
coming
is-
too.
All right.
This is an
Oh,
appreciation.
All right.
Huh?
But
Somebody
hey,
says nice to us.
It's something to celebrate. Besides, Albert, we got the Final Four
Yes.
weekend coming
I mean,
up.
how much are we going to hear
go
about?
Duke.
Let's go
Yes.
NC.
Let's go Duke. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm rooting for North Carolina, baby.
Did I really just say that out loud?
What'd you say?
Oh, no.
Let's go. What?
I mean, I love Coach
You
K.
just
Yes.
say, let's go Duke.
I hope
Yeah,
that
did
he.
ya?
I hope that
Did
he
ya?
wins it. Yes, I did.
All right. All right.
I mean, I really
just-
do. I love
Let's
Coach K,
go
and
Duke.
I want to.
You know
see
why I
him go
can't
out
root
on
for
top.
Duke?
What's that?
okay.
2 words.
Because they win.
No. Brian Waits.
Hold on now. What's
He's a sponsor of ours. I don't know what you're talking about.
The views
Hey,
of the coach's
You
box.
take that negativity out of your mouth.
Yeah, right.
He is a sponsor of ours.
He's a
Hey,
sponsor?
Yeah, you take that back.
You don't watch the show.
No, he doesn't watch this. Hey, he shows. No, he's a
I
comedy
knew he was a
relief.
sponsor of us.
Yeah.
He never watches
Okay.
it, so he ain't ever going to hear this. So nobody.
He's got people who tell him things.
He watches it. Don't
Well,
worry,
that's a
he
big
watches.
reason why I don't
Okay.
like Duke, because the fans like him.
Oh.
All right, wait. I'll give you my
getting
take on the
deep
whole
in here.
thing. First off, I love Jay Wright. I love what Villanova does. I thoroughly love what they do.
Yeah.
As far as Duke's concerned, I won't mind if they win. I don't have Mizzou's not in it. Hell, I don't give
set
a
up
crap.
if they do.
So, yeah, no, not
That's what
necessarily.
everybody says.
So if Duke wins, I'm okay with it. If North Carolina wins, I'm okay with that because
QB?
Caleb Love, I mean, he's a St. Louis kid.
I love watching him play.
You love watching Love? I'll tell you what.
Yes.
Who was doing the announcing the other day? Was it?
It's the same people.
I can't remember who was doing their games. All the Love puns that they were dropping out.
Big time.
He's a love machine. It's like, okay, all right, we're going too
Love
far.
machine?
Oh yeah. But I'll tell you this: out of 4 teams, there's only
There's
one.
one.
There's only one freaking
And
team
you
that
know
better
what?
not win.
And they're probably primed to win.
There's a good chance that I might not ever want to.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I hate
They're
it.
good.
Anybody
They're
but
good.
Kansas.
And
I'll
they're-
take all 3 of the other ones.
They're,
I'll take anyone but Kansas. too.
Anyone Kansas.
hey,
Anybody.
When you're a Mizzou guy,
Yes,
you
anyone
do
but
not
I know.
root for
and they're
Kansas.
flipping
Ever.
good. They're good.
Yeah,
Well,
they're good.
when you get to break the rules, when we go back to this, when you should have got the death penalty, like SMU did in football,
Right.
because they blatantly found them cheating. They didn't self-report because when you self-report, that's when you get slapped by all kinds of sanctions and stuff.
Which
you can't
makes
do this.
no sense.
Which makes no sense. But if you cheat and you just say, "Wasn't me,"
Proof.
Wait.
They wrote a song about that.
Yeah, I
when we
know.
were
It wasn't
younger.
me. Here's proof of you doing it. It wasn't me. Here's video of you doing it. It wasn't me. Here's the
Wasn't
receipts
me.
of you paying it. Wasn't me. Okay. You're done.
Blue blood.
Hey, listen, we messed up. Oh, you're the worst of all time. That's the problem. That's the NCAA.
That's bull.
No, wait, that's not just the problem, but
I mean, that's
Start
there.
I mean, Deshaun Watson's getting to play football, guys. I mean, oh wait, well, my bad.
we're not
on
to
there.
save-
We're not there to
save
yet.
that
Save-
one.
Yeah.
please save
okay,
that.
that's fine.
Please save that. But anybody but Kansas. That's me. Anybody but Kansas.
Let's go,
There should be good games. It's
Oh,
going to be a good foul.
Hey,
Whatever that is, it's gonna be good. I took the top off. Though.
hey, that
Take
Duke,
the top off.
Duke, North Carolina, first time ever meeting
In the Final Four.
in the Final Four.
That's incredible, wouldn't it?
First time meeting in the tournament
Ever,
ever.
Man. Well, I guess they make sure that
Well, you try.
dude. They were set. You don't think they didn't set this up so that they would play each other?
No,
North
because they're an
Carolina
8
was a-
seed.
Yeah.
No, but I mean that the possibility could happen.
No, because if you wanted to make it to, you would have them on each side, and they would meet for the championship.
Well, I mean, 8 seed. They may have thought they couldn't make it that far. I don't know.
I don't think that was in
I don't
the
think
committee's
anything.
mind at all.
I don't think it was set up. I really don't.
No, I wish Coach K the best and Duke, but my question, and we kind of talked a little bit about this, is going forward after this season. And this is in any sport, and you can talk football, and you guys can talk. I mean, you could talk cross country because we have that locally here. How do you follow?
Best sport locally, probably. But anyway,
How do you follow a legend at the helm? I mean, I want to know your opinion on this, and we can go back and we can think maybe just talk locally about some of the local guys here throughout our history on either side, and go back to college. But I really, being Coach K's last year, how do you replace that guy? We're talking 40 years. 40 years at a
well,
place.
at least the guy replacing them's been
Yeah.
there.
Yes. Yes. He's not just.
I mean, it's not
valid.
but yeah, I don't know. Now, did Hubert Davis, UNC's coach,
He was
replace?
from North Carolina.
Yeah, he played there.
No, but he replaced
Roy Williams,
right?
yes.
I mean, which not the same as Coach K, but
Right.
still replacing him.
A legend in his
Well,
own right.
let's take UNC. I've dropped this. I mean, who knows who Bill Guthridge is?
I've heard that name. Yes.
That's because he's the guy who replaced Dean Smith.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, Bill Guthridge went to the Final Four because Antoine Jameson, Vince Carter.
Had all those guys.
That team was stacked.
Vince Carter.
That was such a disappointing semifinal
I love watching
loss.
Vince Carter play.
Yeah. Vince Carter was not a college basketball. Vince Carter's an NBA player, okay? But it's hard, man, because you talk about a mountain of expectations. A mountain of expectations. And after Dean Smith's kids, Jameson and those guys all left, Guthridge, he got out, and then, what's his name? Gosh, it just escaped my mind. He played with Jordan. He coached there, and he had like
tall, salt, pepper hair.
Yeah.
He was only there for a year.
He had 7 wins. I mean, he did recruit Raymond Felton, and then they hired Roy Williams, and then Roy's like, "Hey, Tyler Hansbrough, come over here." Good team.
Gosh, keep them in Missouri. But go ahead.
I know, but it's hard. It's hard to replace the legend because there's the weight of the program and the
It's
history.
expectations.
Denny Crum, he replaced John Wooden. Didn't do well at UCLA. He had to go to Louisville, and then he won. Nervous Purvis.
Man,
Get you some trivia right there.
It's hard. Daughtery.
Brad Daugherty.
Yeah.
Matt Daugherty. Matt Daugherty.
Thank you
Brad
there,
played in the NBA.
Mr. Rhodes. Coach Rhodes was the one that threw that out.
Yes.
So we were kind of talking, and we say, hey, we need to save this for the show. When you look at the success, just because we're talking Coach K, is it the coach? Is it the program? Is it the university? Is it is it all-encompassing? What's your thoughts?
It's hard to say it's just Coach K or just Duke, but I heard something today, and I think this says a lot about Coach K. High school kids love him. College kids love him. NBA players love him. I mean, that guy is respected at all levels of basketball. When you think of Duke, you think of Coach K.
Yes.
So, I mean, does it go hand in hand? Yeah, I mean, he's the one that set that program at Duke.
Yes, he did.
So, I mean, it's Coach K.
Well,
Right?
I mean, you have to know what you're doing, obviously. You have to be good at recruiting, obviously. And then once you become the school, I mean, again, UCLA, go. Who?
John Wood.
There you go.
Yes.
I mean, North Carolina.
Well, Dean Smith.
But let's look at a UCLA after Wooden. I mean, I know you don't want to bring it up, but outside of Bryce Edney and O'Bannon and all, were they?
They've had some good teams.
Okay, but you just said it.
I just
Good
swallowed
teams.
it.
I know.
almost puked
I know.
because I heard Ty Sagan.
I know. My
Kevin
thing
Love
is,
and Russell Westbrook.
but did they win?
No.
Okay.
They ran into a Florida team that
Yeah.
was really, really good.
Really.
So is it
Hateful.
is it the coach? Is it, you know what I mean? So my thing is, as a Duke fan, going forward, I want to know, is Shire going to be able to continue to recruit? Now, they've got arguably the number one recruiting class right now, but is that going to happen the year after? Is that going to happen
It's still
5,
Duke.
10?
It's still Duke basketball. I mean, I don't know. They got
And
to
I
keep
think
winning.
that's the question.
They
Is it
gotta-
still Duke?
They have to keep winning.
Have to.
If he doesn't keep winning, then he's not going to get them.
I mean, it's kind of like this. So, a buddy of mine that I went to college with, his name's Kenyon Wright. He was Ron Cookson's assistant coach at Scott County Central. So he was his assistant coach for a year, and then Coach Cookson was just going to just hang around because he wanted to be there with Otto Porter Jr. Now, one of the things that when you're the head coach and you're replacing somebody, you usually just go in there and you kind of do your thing. It's like, listen, I know you did this before, we're going to do this. And Kenyon came in and I asked him, I said, how you going to approach this, man? That's a tough row to hoe. He goes, we're going to do everything the same way. The exact same way. He did everything to a T that Coach Cookson would do. Now, we're talking about a guy who's won 12, 13 state championships. Just came off a winning one. Now you're the head coach. And he just did everything the exact same way. Same offense, same defense, the same manner. He would run the practices the exact same way.
Okay.
Nothing changed. The
And
only
here-
thing that changed was he's the one saying it.
Okay. And here's my question to that. Is that because it's high school and that's because it's that community? And if it's not run that way, he gets run out of town?
Absolutely, because you know what? They haven't had stability since he left. They've had some guys. Frank Staple, who's now the AD at Sykeston, great guy. He came in. He won a state championship, but he did things very similar to what Kenyon, who he was Kenyon's assistant, and then what Coach Cookson did. And then you've had some other guys who've tried to come in there, and if you don't have that mindset, it's hard because, well, you said that community, and you think about it from just high school to college, that Duke community is expecting the same thing. It's like when Norm Stewart left, Mizzou fans are expecting the same thing. Did that happen?
Not exactly, no.
No, he snorted cocaine off a stripper.
Hey, he's
Doing well in the NBA.
doing well now.
Hey, sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom.
Maybe it
guys.
was the right stripper. I don't know.
Well, he was married to one of Coach K's daughters too.
Wow, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Hey, good for him.
Good for him. Yeah, he's
Making
an
a
NBA
heck
coach.
of a lot
Now
more
he's-
money
now
than I
he's
am.
one of the better NBA
Better
coaches.
NBA coach. Hey, again.
I-
He
I
related
still
to him more.
I was gonna
Da-da-da.
say, players coach. What
Players
do we do?
coach.
What are we doing today?
Hey.
We're putting in a new offense. What are we going to call it? Cinnamon.
Let's call this one Snow. Snow.
Man, blow?
Oh, but
Nose itching.
yeah, you know,
my.
But you know, you ask these type of questions. Now let's say when Boeheim goes, is it going to be the exact
We have a 2-3
same?
zone?
Is that, or they haven't won? He's only won one championship.
Carmelo.
Carmelo. Okay.
Steve Ward doesn't block that shot. It don't. He hits that, I think. Go ahead.
Is that the same? Are we talking, or is it going to be like, no, that community just loves basketball. Syracuse loves basketball, and we just need to find the right guy for the job.
I think it's going to be different with Syracuse because they don't have.
I don't think you can compare Syracuse and Duke.
There you go.
But we're talking coaches that have been there.
I know, but
for
you
40
can't
plus
compare.
years.
You can't compare
Talking
it.
two guys that are going to have 1,000 wins.
I don't care. You can't compare it. How many championships does K have compared to him?
I know.
It's not comparable.
How many does he have?
So,
You're
Coach K?
Yes. 5.
okay, so the guy replacing Coach K is going to have a lot more pressure than the guy replacing
Jim Boeheim.
Jim Boeheim.
Yeah.
You think about it. We talked about it in our chat recently of all the coaches that could be close to getting out. Man, you're talking some good coaches. Tom Izzo's probably not
Tom
far.
Izzo's not far. Boeheim,
Boeheim. you
74
got-
years old or something.
Who's Kentucky's? How old's he?
Calipari. He's
He's
got to be in his 60s.
He's in his 60s.
I mean, I don't know. Rick Pitino might do it till he dies. Let's see.
We already explained Rick Pitino is going to coach at Iona until they find him in his apartment,
Yeah.
which is right down the road.
Might be.
Like the Penn
Might happen.
State coach. Yeah. I mean, I don't.
Not Pitino.
Petrino.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean that's
Man, I mean, you think about it. And these are guys that we grew up. I mean, you know, it's our guy.
Yeah.
The guys that we think of when we think of college basketball.
Yes.
All right. I mean, all those guys that you're naming. I mean, Tom Izzo, dude. You know, I just looked at Tom Izzo. Like, when I became the head coach at Herky, I looked up Tom Izzo drills. Just drills that he does. Just on any type of thing. Just because I think, I'm like, man, he's got to have something to do with rebounding. Or he's got to. The only rebounding drill I do is one of his.
Here's a good one to throw out there, and I know Coach Rhodes would probably appreciate this. And I can't stand the men's team, but UConn with Gino. When Gino leaves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I saw him on that interview after they won to make the Final Four.
What a
And
game.
he is looking old.
Well, he's late 60s, probably.
I'm saying he's in his 70s.
In his
probably.
70s. He was on an interview today on PTI, and they were asking him when are you going to hang it up. He said, I don't know. I'm crazy like every other coach that does this job. I ask myself that halfway through every practice. What am I still doing here when I'm aggravated at the kids? But that's how Gino
Hell, I'm
says
38
it.
years old, and I say that.
You know, and he just kind of said, I still have the bug. I still want to do it. But 14 straight
Crazy.
Final fours.
Crazy.
Now that brings up another topic that we'll get into later on, but I'm going to give Blair the credit.
How about the 4 women's teams?
We're going to get there.
Okay.
Yeah, we
But I
haven't
wanna-
finished
I wanna
talking
talk-
about the men.
I want to
yet.
talk about your
You
question.
women coaches, chill out. We'll talk
Hey,
about it.
I want
Just not as much.
but I want to bring up your question. And you kind of already said Izzo for you, but your question that you brought up to us is who's the next icon that?
Well, you had Pat Summit for so long and girls
But
basketball.
I mean, going
who-
forward. So
Yeah, I
you
don't know.
said Izzo because I don't think, and Alan Davis said this when he had retired from DeSoto, and KFMO had asked him about, is there ever going to be another coach that sticks around at a place for 25 plus years? And he's like, no, never going to happen.
No.
So is that same at the college level? And if not, who's the next guy, gal? Who's the next in line?
So at the college level, it's going to be a little different because if you're wildly successful at a mid-major school, you can stick around there for a long time because I'm happy my family's here, the community likes me, and we have a good relationship, and they stay. Now there are some guys who've been in it a long time that nobody's probably ever heard of unless you're just die-hard basketball fans. The difference between college and high school with this same conversation is when you're not winning as a coach.
Is there a number?
Oh, it's called 7. Yes, the number is 7.
Yeah.
7 is a magic number. And the better part of 7 is 4. Because when we're talking about 7 is the number of school board members in a high school that's a public school. And you
4.
have to have 4 to keep your job. Colleges operate a little differently. And that is the difference between why college coaches can stay longer. They're not guaranteed, but there are guys who have been, and there will be guys who stay longer than now in high school basketball, in public high school basketball,
football,
and even
baseball,
private too.
any sport. So for me, and I'm probably going to steal your thunder here, I would say Villanova's coach is probably going to move up on that list in another 5-10 years. We're
already in the
talking
Hall of
about
Fame.
Exactly, where we're talking about guys that take
Yes.
over the Dean Smith title for 2030. The Coach K. If he ever wins, probably few at Gonzaga. He probably will get on that mantle.
I'm glad you brought up Gonzaga because I wanted to talk about him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But who's that coach for you?
I don't know the guy at Gonzaga's. He's pretty old, isn't he?
Mark
He's
Few's probably in his
late
late
50s.
50s, yeah. Maybe early
And,
60s.
and they got to start winning some championships if that's going to happen. And you got to get out of that conference if you want to win some championships.
You gotta get a conference.
We agree.
Yeah, we
You
agree.
got to get a conference that's going to say, "Hey, we'll take you."
Why would the Pac-12 not take them?
Well, for one, they don't have. Do they have football?
Doesn't matter. It
Well,
could
there
be-
you go. You're out of the Pac-12.
Look at Notre Dame. Look at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame has football,
But they're not in the ACC for football.
Nope.
They are for
but
basketball.
they'll play ACC schools in football.
Gonzaga can play Pac-12 school.
They're not gonna
Gonzaga's
do
going to
that.
go play.
They're not going to do that.
No.
No, they have a better chance of being in the American.
Why would you
athletic
not want to be,
conference or whatever
if you're
it's
the
called.
Pac-12, hold on, I'm going to get a perennial top 1 through 5 team every year.
All right. So-
Why would I not want them?
Because when Oregon and all of their money and all of their stadium seating loses to Gonzaga, who does not have the same kind of facilities, and
Pac-12, they're
it
going to
doesn't
say,
matter.
here you go, Gonzaga, here's some money.
It's
just
not
like
going to happen.
shared revenue. Here we go.
It's not happening. Gonzaga is not ever going to be. I'm going to stay it. Stone cold take right now.
Okay.
They're not going to be part of the Pac-12. Not now. Not ever. Not unless they get football. That's the only way.
Robert McVey says he's 59.
View is?
Yeah.
I say
Late
Dad is
60s,
not.
hey, late
Dad
50s,
is not
early
59. Sorry, Dad.
Dang! Oh, man!
Well, on that note,
No, but I think they could. I think they should.
they'll be
You
in the American.
You brought up Notre Dame. It makes me have to take this because it's green.
But they need to be. I think for them to take that next
That's good.
step, because every year, Gonzaga's going to be a number 1 school. They're going to be preseason number 1. They get this 5-star, this 4-star. They're so great. And then what happens? They always choke.
They didn't have the guards. If that one kid would have stayed,
No, he was stud.
yeah. Where's he playing at in the NBA?
I don't even know.
Who cares? There you go. Who cares, right?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch the NBA a
Why?
whole lot.
Free agency.
I don't know.
Totally
if anybody out
different.
there knows, just throw it out there.
That's a whole
Either
nother
way,
can
it doesn't
of
matter. If he wouldn't have went pro, it would be a different story. Gonzaga was set up to win this year if that kid was there. Now, that's why when you bank on kids that are, that, or wait, they like Caleb Love, I'm going to tell you right now, I would bet money, and I don't like to bet, that he's going to not come back to
Why
North
would you
Carolina.
stay if you're him?
Nope.
You
Wow.
made your name in the
Made your
tournament. Why would you stay? What are they at football? You get a $5 million insurance policy if you're a D1 football player for the pros. I don't know what it is for basketball. Go if you're going to wind up being a
You
lottery
get a
pick.
$5 million.
That's it. So the whole thing back in the day with Maurice Claret, I know we're talking different
Wow,
stuff.
that's
Yeah, when
Throwback
why
thing.
he wanted to go pro because he said, "Hold on, wait a second. I get $5 million insurance. If I get hurt, that's it. I'm gonna be a first round pick, probably a top 1, 2, or 3 draft pick, and make at that time all kinds
Boy,
of
He's in
money.
a third or fourth
That
round
all
pick. Well,
well,
he couldn't
Yeah.
because he only had 2 years. He was a true
No,
sophomore.
he was a freshman. He was a freshman.
he a
Yeah,
freshman?
because he wanted to
That's
go
right.
immediately.
And they
He
wouldn't
wanted
let
to
him.
stay.
Oh,
They
yeah,
wouldn't
as soon
let
as
him.
it-
he had to wait a year.
He had to wait. So
and he screwed them all up.
right, but my point
fourth round.
is
Screwed
that
his whole career. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah, because you got to go get the money now. If you're that kid, sorry, as much as we love the pipe dream of going 3-4 years, graduating, be in that program all 4 years, it ain't happening anymore. It's not going to happen.
I don't see a lot of guys stick around for 4 years and doing
Not
that.
if you
No.
make
Maybe you can make the money.
just like Love's making his name right now, and that dude's had tragedy in his own life.
Yeah.
And I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you go to the league? I'm gonna make my money.
Darn right.
I got my family's way more important than North Carolina University. You know what? I mean, when it comes down to it, these people all want to get pissed at these kids, but
We would do the same
the family is more important than this university. And if I can go make that money, and it's gonna pay for generations of my family,
Crazy.
out,
thing. Right?
out.
Yeah. I can always go back, and I can always finish my degree.
That's right.
I mean, you
what
see
Shaq
that.
did.
That's what Shaq
No,
did. Yeah.
dude, if you do not or have not watched his show,
Which one?
he's Shack Life,
Okay.
and it's Snoop Dogg's narrating.
Oh god.
But dude, he might be one. He is one of my top 5 favorites.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What he does for people is extraordinary. You got to see the stuff he does. It's awesome. That show is hilarious.
It is.
Have you watched any of that show?
Yes, I actually have.
Dude, he'll just goes to Walmart and buying people stuff.
I know.
That's
Not
Insane.
just
Those
stuff.
Facebook reels with him are good.
Oh,
I like
oh,
it.
Not
those.
just buying stuff, but like, hey, dude, like this one kid the other day on the show, you need a bike. You got a bike? It's like, no.
Nope.
Tell your mom, if it's okay with her, I'm going to buy you a bike. And Shaq walks back there, buys him a bike, and he's like, "Oh, mongoose, those were when I was in."
Crazy.
Are you alive?
Well, I
Check
know.
your
I am.
pulse
He
over
has
here.
not.
Yeah.
He's been on his phone the whole gosh.
I'm trying to
dang
figure this whole
thing.
thing out. It's been downloading.
What are you doing? Googling the answers? I'm sitting right here if you need help.
I know, useless knowledge right there. Yeah. So we're going to go to break here, and we'll be back after a few
Great
commercials.
segue into that
So,
break there,
yeah,
Blair.
right.
Jeez.
Nice.
You're watching the Coach's Box
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Facebook and
YouTube. There you
And
go.
it will be on
Apple Podcast.
Apple
right.
Podcasts.
Yeah, mute us there, bub.
Gotcha.
Whether it's residential or commercial, Home by SMCI has the right products for you. Global Plasma Solutions will attack your bacteria, mold, viruses, and even help with dust in your house. They install easily in less than 45 minutes, and it's invaluable for the rest of your life. If you're interested in any of the products they offer, give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Wiley Agencies has 2 locations in Festus and Hillsborough to serve you. We offer home, auto, boat, motorcycle, business, life insurance, investments, and much more. We offer a customized approach unique to your situation to make sure you, your family, and assets are properly protected. We also offer great rates and savings. Give us a call today at 636-764-6294 for the Festus office or 636-333-9903 for the Hillsborough office to do an insurance review or just talk sports. If you don't have time to call, feel free to email Sean at SeanWiley@allstate.com.
Are you worried about planning for your financial future? Turn to the expert with 29 years of experience and give Brian Waits a call today. Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services specializes in investments, life insurance, retirement plans, tax planning, and even 401k rollovers. For more information, or if you just want to get a quote, call Brian at 314-374-6713 or email him at bwaits@woodburyfinancial.net. No time to eat in? No problem. Don't feel like cooking? We'll do it for you. Need wings for your party? TJ's Bar and Grill has got you covered. TJ's is a local mom and pop establishment in Peevely, Missouri, known for their own homemade pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and their famous TJ's wing sauce. Open 7 days a week, they are family friendly, biker friendly, and locally owned. Come by or order by phone with your credit card at 636-475-3648.
Emex Transportation,
Bar and
proud
Grill.
sponsor of the Coach's Box. Emex, the trucking company of small businesses.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let Kelly Kaufman move you. Kelly Kaufman of Real Living Gateway Real Estate brings a fresh approach with an honest, innovative, aggressive, and junk-free fee experience for all her customers. Whether you're a first-time buyer or experienced seller, Kelly Kaufman has the tools to deliver the best client experience in the industry. Give Kelly a call today at 314-221-6090 and let her move you today. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? If so, contact Stacy Miller at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Stacy works with first-time home buyers and even savvy sellers. She also specializes in working with investors, lenders, and title companies. Stacy will be there every step of the way. Contact her today at 314-606-1007 or visit stacyzmiller.com.
All right, and we're back.
We're back.
Last
We're back. Call it
segment.
like we see it. We're back.
Last segment of the Coach's Box.
Man, we got a ton to go through, but
Well, I mean, we can make it.
Get there.
Oh,
We'll get
Blair's
there.
in a hurry. He's punching that thing over there, punching his phone. He's a mover and a shaker.
yeah.
It's only 9:04, man. It's early.
Early. Still got plenty of time.
Gotta get up and deliver Pepsi.
That's right.
We've already put some people to sleep, it looks like, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, wait. Jason, if they got things to do, they'll just listen
on
later.
the podcast.
That's right. So if you're just now tuning in, please take a moment to go to our Facebook page and click on the survey, take the survey, and let us know if you're interested in doing the podcast. And also, we are on Apple, so you can go to Apple Podcasts. You can search the Coach's Box, and you can see. We don't have all of our shows, but we're going to get them all on there. That's the goal here.
And I saw we had some sponsors that I saw SMCI and some others going through there. And if you're a business, it's cheap, $25 a month.
That's right.
I mean, that's cheap.
25 for the first month. It's only 15 after that.
I mean, $15 a month, I could just cut out a couple of breaths. I mean, if I had a business, I'd cut out a couple of beers, and I'd be able
Pay
to.
for itself.
That's cheap advertisement on a show that gets about 5 views a night. Yeah.
5. Do some better math there, Jason.
Well, that's Festus math.
I mean, hey, again, we do
Sorry
appreciate
about
everybody.
Hey,
Yeah.
I know. Look at you wearing that Festus shirt.
Man, what do you got that on for?
Well,
So
his son's over there running track and stuff.
So listen.
Let's hear
once
it.
again, he makes fun of me all the time
I do.
because I'm not
I make fun of you for a lot of things. Get that. Go
tech
ahead.
savvy.
Yes.
I'm not tech savvy, but my son was telling me a little bit about this mile split, this website for track cross country.
Right.
So I got to looking through it, and there are several local kids at both the high school and junior high level from JCC programs that are right now number one in the state in terms of the best times in all of the
They
track
use that
meets.
program.
I don't
Everybody
know.
does.
Yeah, everybody
Sure,
does.
everybody does.
Any place that runs has to go through Mile.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well, then
the
never
big
mind.
question.
I
Right, so
stand
this is-
corrected.
so-
It's
so-
been a long time since I've coached track.
Right.
Long
But
time.
so like
Me too. My first year
Herculaneum,
teaching.
Herculaneum, they are number one right now in the 4x1600. Okay.
Imagine that.
Festus. Now you have to tell me what the DMR. I think that's the
Distance medley.
distance medley. Okay. And then help
Hence,
me out,
they're
CJ.
cross-country runners. Go ahead.
Yeah, CJ Asinger. Am I
Yep.
saying that right? So he has the 800-meter wheelchair
Yes.
record right now.
Right.
Okay. And then
Talk about a hard worker. That one right there,
There's
man.
probably
Yeah.
nobody works harder than that kid.
that's awesome. And then at the middle school level, it actually had just updated. So Festus Middle School on the girls' side, I believe, has the 4x100 best time right now. And then watch out for Festus. There's an eighth grade girl, Constance Hawkins is her name.
Yes.
She has the 100, the 200, and the 400 best times so far.
I wonder if her dad's
And-
Chris Hawkins.
And the
I don't
long
know.
jump. And she
And the
was,
long
I
jump,
think
okay.
she's the long jump as well.
I wonder if she
So-
cares about her education.
She's a
I'm
she
sure
was a
that
4-time
McVay's
winner
son's
the other
on-
night.
Hey, McVay's son's on the track team. Get him recruiting. I mean, I know that's what happens.
Oh,
That's-
my
well, the
goodness.
kids can talk to each other. That's okay.
I was going to say.
I don't
yeah.
talk to eighth graders. Sorry.
No, no, he don't. Who
Stay
is
away
that
from
kid? Yeah.
Did you talk? No.
I
Did you tell him
hold
what you
on.
do?
Am
No.
I allowed to talk to my own kid? I mean, he's in eighth grade.
can.
Are you going to allow that?
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
son,
gonna
how
be
you
a,
doing?
he's gonna be a cross country runner. Let him go.
Wait,
What?
Zach's the same kid. I'm like, do you think he'll play basketball next year? Ah, no, you don't need to play basketball. What? Tells him he doesn't need to play. Tells him, I'm like, what? Oh, he's terrible. What?
He never played since what? The wristbands at YMCA?
Yeah, so I don't want him to play.
Different colors. That's the
Yeah,
color you do.
I don't want him.
Wait. And then he goes, he's like, yeah, I was out there watching him play, and he can actually do some stuff. And I go, well, then why are you telling us? Oh, it's reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology. That's what it is.
Like,
That's what you get. You can't tell your kids, hey, go do this. No, Dad.
I can.
No, Dad. It doesn't work that way. You know. You gotta
Whatever.
tell. You gotta. It's reverse psychology.
Whatever.
But anyway, we wanted to highlight. That's why.
Blair knows all about that.
You know, hey, that's why we wanted to highlight. Talk a little bit about track. Kevin,
Sorry, we're not speaking. Don't say the word.
I'm not. You take that word out of your mouth.
Take that word out of Take that word out your
Mouth.
Mouth. Oh my God. Come on, let's take
turn the
10,
music
let's
on.
take
Oh, wait.
10 seconds to talk about.
Talk about Will Smith.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Take
Whose hit was better? Jawan Howard or Will Smith?
Oh, Will Smith's better.
Will Smith.
But
Kid, take a joke, man.
He did. He was laughing until his eye. Till
Oh,
he went
until he
like
looked
this.
over.
Oh.
He got the look from Jada, and that was it.
All right, so let me get this
but
straight.
Jada's absolutely crazy, I think.
Okay, wait. So a lot of people, I'm going to jump on this because I don't care.
Go ahead.
A lot of people have said, well, and at first I thought this. I said, talk about a guy's wife, you just stick up for her. Okay, I can see where it's fairly honorable. They have an open marriage. So you're not worried about somebody slipping the pickle
Can we say that on the air?
into her sandwich.
He just
Hold on, time out. Are we still on Facebook?
Yeah.
We're not going to be for long.
But you're worried about somebody making fun of her hair.
Or lack thereof.
Talk about sandwiches. I don't like pickles on my sandwiches. I don't know about you. I like lettuce, tomato.
Well, let
me turn go to commercial. We'll be back. Hey, all
kicked
the
off
views
an
on
Apple
Coach
podcast
K
right
Are
now.
not always the views of all of us coaches.
Hey, I know.
In
I'm the guy who
particular,
says
Coach Miller.
Hey, I say shit all the time. Listen, I'm just saying, if you have a problem with that joke, which it wasn't great, whatever.
So do they have a? They do have like.
They do have an open marriage.
Yes.
Yes,
That's why she likes
very
Tupac.
public.
I think that's what started the open marriage.
Probably.
Those memes, though.
Oh,
those memes. You bring up
Dude,
Tupac.
there was a great
You
one
bring
I
up
got today. Oh my god!
Hey, Tupac would have handled that better. Oh my gosh!
Internet wins.
Oh,
Internet wins.
The internet always wins.
so
Undefeated.
is his career done? Is he
No.
just like?
No,
No.
but he
You don't
did
think?
like he's winning an Oscar and he made a complete ass out of himself.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, he won like
That's
5
flash.
minutes later.
How?
And they gave him a standing ovation.
That's just all you need to know.
There you go.
And he
That's
was
just
bawling his
all-
eyes out. I really think
Cried Will Smith. That
I
meme wins again.
dude, maybe it was. I mean, they needed ratings. Like I didn't even know the Oscars was on until I saw that on the internet. I went, "Whoa, Will Smith went crazy, man! Wow!"
We saw the video. The initial thought was, "Oh, that was so staged." The way the camera angle was, you thought, "Oh, this is totally staged." But then you rewatched it again.
Wait,
And
listen to the
watched him
reaction.
tell him the
man.
effing.
Wait, now, it's Chris Rock's reaction is like a guy who did not expect that to happen.
No.
First off, he didn't expect. He had his hands behind his back as he's walking
Well,
up
he
to
was
him.
kind of leaning like.
Oh. And I was listening to somebody, a podcast, and they were talking. It's like, so the guy who was a world-renowned jiu-jitsu teacher was like, if anyone ever walks up to you and you don't know their intentions, you don't put your hands behind your back. It don't matter if it's your friend or not.
Right.
You got to always be ready. It's like you're on the Oscar stage, so you don't expect it to have that happen. But
So whose career
it's
is
still
in-
crazy.
What about Chris Rock in this situation? Everybody's talking about Will Smith. What about Chris?
Chris Rock. Everybody likes.
everybody
Chris
hates
Rock.
Chris.
I don't hate him.
No, it's the show. It's an old show.
My bad.
He was
Yeah.
producing the show. It's okay. You don't watch TV, Jason.
Does it work? Does it affect his career at all?
I mean, it affects.
He's gonna need
to
to
an
pun him
extent.
some jokes for a while.
He's gonna be on some
He's
memes.
a comedian. He ought to be able to take it.
I'm sure he will,
If you
dude.
dish it, you ought to be able to
But
take it.
that brings a bigger problem, though. How damn sensitive are people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a thick skin. We couldn't do this job without
but
having a
back
thick
in
skin.
2016, Chris Rock made fun of him. Blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And listen, Chris
And
Rock
Chris
is not
Rock-
above anything happening to him.
Chris Rock is getting paid by the Oscars to roast people.
There we go.
I mean,
there we go. There it is.
because they didn't want to bring Ricky Gervais
Right.
back or whatever his name
Right.
is.
So-
that was the best.
I don't know.
So
It
who's
was
at fault?
Will Smith.
You can't hit somebody on
Will
national
Smith.
TV like that.
Sure
Take a
you
damn
can.
joke. He did.
Sure you can.
He's not going to go to jail. Now, if it had been other ways around, if it had been the janitor walk up and hit Chris Rock, that guy's in jail. He's done.
Definitely.
He's done. You don't even.
he would have got tackled on the stage.
Bingo. Will Smith does it, and it's like, okay,
I
everybody
just
said they're
say-
sorry.
Did
it's
you
all
see
good.
the meme? I love the memes of all the different celebrities in the out there in the audience, and they show them all, and I'm like, I guess they probably were like,
Is this
yeah,
real?
man, just sit next to your,
For real?
and your wife's going, would you have done that for me?
That's a fight waiting to happen.
Oh my.
The answer is always yes at that point.
Yes,
oh
baby.
my goodness.
Yes, dear.
I mean, Will was really laughing at the joke.
Yes, that was the point.
I was like,
yes.
And then he looked at her.
her, and then she was over there
game
rolling her eyes. I'm
over.
just not a Jada fan at all.
I've never been a fan.
He's going to be walking in this building here in a minute.
Hold on. The kicker though is right. It's Chris Rock. If it's Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
I know, that's
Will ain't getting up out of his chair.
Probably isn't. at
No,
all. Agreed.
no.
I can think of some other comedians I've seen on TikTok and stuff. I don't know their names and stuff, but
The fact that you look at TikTok
Dude.
drives me nuts.
well, why does
You
that?
won't watch a damn movie
We'll
that's
watch-
funny,
there you go.
but you'll look at 10 seconds of
Hey, we just need to put the show on
Dude,
TikTok.
you don't know how many recipes I've made off of there. Like there is so much good food on there.
I barely even watch Facebook Reels. And it's only because Zach's like, hey, watch this.
Well, yeah. A lot of good stuff.
There's good stuff.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I mean, you're going to take a dump. It's something good to, entertain you.
You heard it here first.
And the show has hit a new low.
All time low.
And yes, Smith's whole acceptance speech was contrary to what he did a few minutes earlier.
Uh-huh.
And listen, again, when he said you did your crazy stuff for love,
Yeah,
open love. Everybody got love.
everybody got it.
You shared love.
Everybody's got it.
What in the world? Hey, to each their own.
And that's why Hollywood is our moral compass.
Oh, who said that?
Well, they do.
Well, okay.
They tell us how to act. Come on.
Jeez Louise.
Come on. Pay
Hold on.
attention.
Maybe they need to, after this, they need to do another special and sing Imagine again. Oh, my goodness.
It's like talking about the Florida
Have a
bill that just
GoFundMe.
passed.
Have a GoFundMe for Will Smith's career or something.
I think we
don't
went
know.
past our 10
Jeez.
seconds on the deal, but
Yes,
we had to be talking
All right,
about.
Let's move on to
Talk about, Blair, you said, hey, let's talk about the women's Final Four.
So, first of all, you want to go back to that UConn game.
Oh, man.
For them to,
NC
I
State.
mean, what a battle. Like, I went back and watched it. I didn't get to watch it live, but I went back and watched it, and holy cow, like, what an amazing finish.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Hey, hold on now. They asked Gino. Here's our argument. Would you have fouled if you had it to do over? Would you foul the girl on the three? You know what he said?
Nope. Well,
Because you know what he said? When I told you, said, I don't think we had the players in the situation that could have performed and done that correctly.
Made it happen.
Made it happen.
I'm still taking my chances. Hey, you know what? Look, Gino can do things differently because he's got one of the best, if not the best player in the nation, Paige Beckers or whatever her name is. She's freaking a stud. And every year he usually has the best player and a bunch of other 5-star recruits. So you know what? Maybe I just let them play. Hey, look, the 6'6" girl can put her hand up and contest. It's okay.
It's been hard for me to watch the girls' side of the ball because I've had such a depressing season of my daughter not getting to play at the level, playing at the level that she should have this year. And I mean, I really think she may go visit Pies.
Let me turn the camera off.
Oh my gosh.
I'm in control of this thing now. I can mute him. You're gone. See you.
So,
This guy.
I mean, is it it's the same teams, right, in the Final Four
so
again?
you got UConn, you got Louisville, you got South Carolina, and then you got Stanford, I believe.
Who
is
won
the
it
Final
last
Four.
year,
Yes.
and that's who
What do you mean you believe? You're a
So-
girls' coach. You should know this stuff.
I didn't watch the last couple, so I only watched a few games. But
Wow, way to represent.
well, I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't.
No, he's been watching the boys.
Yeah, well, I am. Been, so, I'm not gonna lie. But I did watch some of those last few games, and like you go back and look at. I mean, that Louisville team is pretty solid across the board. But to your point, Coach, you look back at the last 8 or 10 years. It's usually the same true blue blood teams that are there. You don't have a St. Mary's, or you don't have a
St. Peter's?
St. Peter's, or you don't have a
You have the Cinderella team.
Houston come in and make some.
What was it? The UMBC, who the 116 upset. You don't have Sister Mary or whatever from Loyola, Chicago.
Oh, the boys' tournament this year was entertaining with all that stuff.
And this goes to a conversation me and Zach were having, and I asked him. I said, "What do you think the average margin of victory is for the team that goes to the Final Four in that regional final throughout the years?"
Double digits.
And here's why: the Cinderellas, in the girls' side, and this is I don't watch a lot of women's college basketball. I enjoy UConn. I never have liked Tennessee. I was a Gino guy. I didn't like Pat Summitt. I think she's a great coach, one of the best of all time. Boys, men, women, doesn't matter. But I mean, you're a UConn fan, but it's always the same schools. They're always getting the better athletes.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, hey, you're Cinderella. Congratulations. Stomp. Get out of the way. Thanks for playing.
I think it goes.
It's not even close.
Go ahead.
Why do you think that is? Like,
Okay.
why do you think that
Go ahead.
is?
Okay, I'm gonna answer.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Jump
answer
in.
the question.
Let's go
The
and do it.
question is because when you look at let's just take St. Peter's. You had nobody that was ranked, so nobody had stars, but you still had a skill level that could compete against the 3, 4, 5-star type teams.
Correct.
You just don't have that. In my opinion, you don't have that in the girls' game, whether it's college or whether it's high school. Think about over the years when we've coached, when you're still coaching girls, obviously. Think about over the years where if you have 1 or 2 dominant, we're talking dominant players, they're going to go take over a game and you're going to win, and you're probably going to win by 25 plus relatively easily.
Correct.
Okay? And so I think
and especially if you can add 5.
Yes.
You have 5 or 6
right.
players like that.
All you have to do is look at Incarnate Word and what they do.
Year in, year out.
Okay?
Year in,
year
year
in
out.
and year out, because they're getting the best players.
Right.
Okay? Because for whatever reason, hey, you know what? You're going to go get a D1 look if you go to that school. Whatever, that's fine. But I think it goes back to I think there is a skill discrepancy from the 4 or 5 stars and the no stars or the 1 stars
Half a
in
star.
girls, half a star
And girls versus
boys.
Agreed.
Which I bring up, and we can continue talking about it, but I brought up to him, and I want to ask because
Table.
Okay,
Let's stay
all
with
right.
this. 'Cause
Okay.
The
I wanna
RADD
see
will go
it.
again.
go ahead.
I wanted to hear it.
No, it's
No,
okay.
well,
Now you got me all. I didn't hear it earlier.
See, I told you, Zach, you
what?
unleash Pandora's box.
So we'll have to bring that up next week. Let's start out the show next week with that.
That's what you said. Okay, that's
Perfect.
Here's your teaser, I guess.
Well, what the hell is it?
Talking about skills and whatnot. We'll talk
Evaluating how players get to be 5-star, 4-star, 3-star players. Who decides it? How does that happen? And why do people miss and miss on the?
We'll talk
again. There's a
about
lot to it.
But
There's a lot that can be talked about.
Oh,
But Blair,
yeah.
Blair, talk a little bit about it from your perspective. It doesn't have to necessarily be basketball because you've coached several different sports, guy side, girl side, all of that. It's something that I've noticed. Is it something that you think? Is that an accurate statement in saying, hey, you look at the boys, they can compete because they have a relatively similar skill set. The gap isn't
Is big.
Well,
I think you said it earlier where you have on girls basketball, you typically have most teams have 1 or 2 solid players, and then they have a bunch of role players that kind of understand their role, where boys typically have, usually they're going to have 1 solid, but they have about 4 or 5 or 6 others that are pretty decent, but they don't always understand what it takes to play that kind of role side of it.
Right.
And I think you look at the big picture, I think girls basketball and girls sports in general, there's just the drive, I think, is so much different for girls than boys.
the reason why.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
reason why they play.
I don't know. I don't know. And I've kind of, over the years, I've kind of realized that the teams that play the hardest and to me, are the most competitive teams out there. You look at the boys NCAA tournament, and you think about some of the teams that just didn't really play hard, but had some great athletes on the floor and just be able to create and make things happen, and just kind of go through the motions, kind of thing. Where I think on the girls' side, they just work so darn hard, and the teams that work so darn hard are usually the ones that are successful year in and year out, because that's the mentality that it takes to be successful on the girls' side.
Okay, so you two think about this question. We'll go Delta
Yes,
girls. Delta girls. Before Christmas break, they had about a stretch of 6 to 8, maybe 6 to 10 games where it was 100 and something to maybe 20.
Right.
Okay? How often have you seen that in boys where it's 6, 8, 10 games from November to New Year, or at any stretch where a team is winning that handily?
Jefferson Conception Junction, back when when they beat Scott County Central, when Otto Porter Jr. was a freshman. There was a 4-year stretch because they had the kid who went to South Dakota State or North Dakota State, one of the Dakotas, and they play all those schools up in Northwest Missouri who are like, have 70 kids in their high school, and they were destroying them.
Okay.
Yes.
They beat Union Star. It was a big deal on most sports. They beat 92-8.
Okay.
Back then.
So that's one.
That's
right?
one.
How often do we not see this every
South
year?
Iron did it. Well,
Eight,
not
9,
8 to 10, 8 or 9.
That's
no.
what I'm saying. 8, 9, 10 game stretch in a row.
No, not 8 or 9.
Okay, you see things like that on the girls' side every year, and I think maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's just me, but I think that goes back to there is a skill disparity between the guys' game and the girls' game.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I think the guys can keep a game closer longer than the girls can.
Well, once again, and I said it, it's the work ethic is different than the skill level. The skill level, you know, most female, you don't find a lot of very quality skilled females that are athletes. If they're few and far between. So, but you find a ton of kids that are very, very, very hardworking and will do whatever it takes to be successful because that's what it takes. And I think you look at the overall big picture. You look at all female sports. There's not a solid amount of just all natural, talented athletes. When you look at the boys, you can name tons and tons of natural athletes that are just so solid across the board. I think that has a lot to do with the reason why girls basketball or girls sports in general, there's a big discrepancy in skill development, is because of that. You know, girls don't have to be the most skilled to be successful. Where I think in a boys' side of it, you have to be skilled because everybody is at that same level. Like everybody is at that same level skill-wise. So, you have to put that together.
I think that, I don't know if I can hear myself. There's a little clicking, so I apologize if anybody can hear
Click,
that.
click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and this kind of goes with a little bit about what we were talking about as far, especially with the discrepancy between good women's basketball teams and the traditional blue blood top level programs. Okay, so talk about skill level. There's only so many. There's only so many girls out there who can do some of the things that maybe the Paige Beckers or I don't know. I can't name everybody from UConn.
Well, I'm watching
probably.
the center from Stanford on some highlights going into the Final Four this weekend, and she's getting a breakaway dunk. I mean,
how do I find them? Well, it's probably because they're now all over social media.
Yeah,
so here
it.
it's really easy to find these, and then
that's
after
that's tabled for next week.
But
too,
still,
yeah.
there's a reason why that those top-notch programs and those top coaches. You talk about is it the coach or the program? Well, Tennessee hasn't really done a whole lot since Pat Summitt.
Correct.
They're good because they're Tennessee, but they haven't reached that level. And Riley can correct me if I'm wrong.
You've had new team. Hey, Louisville is a new team.
Agreed.
Okay, a
Somebody's good at
South
recruiting.
Carolina.
That young coach is.
Okay.
Huh.
Mississippi State was there for a while on the women's side. I couldn't tell you they haven't seemed like they've been in the
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I'm gonna tell you the one who's gonna be really good as soon as they take the D1, probably D1 job.
Oh yeah,
Molly Miller.
Molly Miller.
Yeah.
She is. She's a Grand Canyon D1.
She is one of the best. And I've been to a lot of basketball clinics, and I've heard a lot of guys talk, or a lot of women talk. She is by far, if not one of the top 3 I've ever heard. She is legit. And if some Division I, now Grand Canyon, they make money hand over fist because of their online program.
Right.
And they're a growing school. But if she gets into the Division I, she's going to be even more successful. And I think she's top notch.
Well, and I mean, much as you say that, I think you look at women's sports and you say that those high end, those guys that get so much out of female athletes more than most.
But then
And
they're
that's
also
what-
getting
hold
they're
on.
also getting the talent.
Oh no! Hold on. I'm going to tell you with her though, when she's at Drury, okay, she's getting 1 to 2 scores, but she's recruiting. Now she's taking the Conzo approach. She's saying like, no, I'm going to win via defense.
Yes.
Because of the skill discrepancy or disparity. She's like, no, we're going to go get killers on defense.
But here's the thing now. Again, and this is me personally, I would bet that it's probably easier to tell, and I haven't coached girls basketball, just from me watching.
You're
and
the only
observing.
one at this table that hasn't.
Yep. I have not. Yep. That you can probably tell more often than not, more girls basketball players to do it, and theirs, okay, and they'll try to please, they'll do the best that they can because they're hardworking, as Blair said. And I don't know how many times I've looked at a boy, and I've said, hey, you need to do this, this, and this, and you had that look on their face, or they asked why.
Well, Winkler said it. Girls don't watch Sports Center like boys, and they don't think they already know it all.
There you go.
Agree. I mean, I don't know how many times I've had a kid with that blank look on his face look at me like, you're nuts.
So to finish my point, the Quanzo Martin aspect does not translate when you got a bunch of prima donnas who, I don't want to play defense, or why do I need to play defense, or I'm asking all these questions.
I think
even in my mind, or I'm questioning you.
I think it's philosophical of he didn't recruit scorers. He didn't get the guys on offense. I don't think you need that as much maybe on the girls' side. Now, the blue bloods that are always going to be in the Final Four, you got to have scorers too.
Sure you do.
Okay, you're getting the when UConn, when Collier, it was in her senior year and they came down to SLU and we went and watched it. Yeah. And you talk about the difference between night and day, SLU basketball versus UConn. Here's SLU. Now they got the Flowers girl who's 6'4", 6'5", but here's SLU athletes, and then here's all the UConn athletes. They covered so much space because they were so much,
2-3
bigger.
Looked really big then.
Huh?
That 2-3 looks.
Well,
really
it was
big
man.
then.
No, it was man.
Oh.
Just helps sagline man, and that's when you're like, that's different. But
Sure.
you don't see that
Well,
at every place.
and you talk about the blood, the true blue blood programs that you talk about, but I also look at the overall picture of the coach, and there's a ton of coaches that are recruiting constantly on the female side, but those girls don't always go to the true blue blood schools because they don't think they can make it there. I sat in and watched some AAU tournaments over the summer last year. Went and watched a couple of our kids play over in Louisville, and I remember them saying, like, I was sitting next to some high-end coaches, and I just sat and talked to them about, like, what are you looking for? Mm-hmm. And the true blue blood coaches are looking for not talent. And that's what I think an understanding of it is they're not looking for the talent. They're looking for the girls that can compete at that high level consistently. And I think that's the difference between men and women is those men will compete at the high level all the time, where I don't know that girls can do that consistently. And I think that's why these coaches are looking for that, because that's what it's going to be taking at this point to compete at that high level year in and year out, is to have that mentality.
I mean, is it the same? I think it's maybe the same way why you see on track. It's always SEC schools. It's always Florida. It's always Arkansas. It's always, those schools that dominate track on the women's side. Is it because there's only there's only so much? It's a small pool of women that have that skill that can run that fast, that fast, that far.
Well, I do think that. I think that is pretty accurate, because, I mean, you take and between the difference between male and female, you take a female body and a male body. Mm-hmm. A male body can take a lot more bumps and bruises as far as the way it's kind of functioned, where a female body cannot take as much bumping and grinding as before it just wears down faster. And I think that's something that has a lot to do with female athletes being able to compete at that high level for a 4-year career. Like, you don't see a lot of those girls, females being able to compete at that high level consistently for 4 full years because their bodies can't.
We always hear of the ACLs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always.
And their bodies cannot handle that. And I think that has a lot to do with why, you don't see the St. Peter's of women's basketball is because they can't compete. They can't stay that way for 4 full years. So you don't see those girls playing at that high level for 4 consecutive years. So you don't get that chance, and it's hard to keep a quality group of girls together.
Well, it's the
over that
same
period.
thing, and Gino has said it today on TV. He's like, unlike the men's game, though we're still seeing every year it's junior, senior. You might have that stud freshman or that stud sophomore, but every year, everybody, the blue bloods of the teams that are always there, they're always reloading with seniors and juniors.
Correct.
So
Well, I think they're in the program. They're already
that's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
program.
They've recruited. Yes,
And-
you're
and
right.
They've been there, so you get to practice against that group that UConn had that didn't lose a game or something for
Yep.
3 years, and you're one of those, like, it was a freshman, sophomore, and then when they go, it's like, well, hell, we just play it. We practice every day against the best team in the country, by God. We ought to be okay.
Yes.
You go out there and you can compete, and then that next group comes in. You have the same thing, and
And the mentality that I don't think that's the difference between girls and boys.
But I also
and men and
think
women.
that when you're talking about talent and kids, and women, I mean, whenever you're looking for girls basketball players, I mean, you would like to have girls that are probably over 6 foot tall, correct?
Sure, I absolutely would.
Well, 6 foot tall girls probably dime a dozen when we're talking about Division I basketball.
Yeah.
And 6 foot and can play a guard.
Yes.
Now we're talking about you're 6 foot and you're a post player, and now you got to play against someone who's 6'7".
Yes.
And a girl.
Big difference.
I think that's a little different.
Correct.
And I'm not a girls basketball player, and I've never coached girls basketball.
It is different.
It's
You're right.
So again, now you're talking about talent and who can do what. It's a smaller amount, and we're talking about size, because the game of basketball still favors people who are bigger. Let's just face it, taller, bigger, whatever.
Swimming does too, doesn't it?
And that's
Anyway, we talked about that. I was just throwing that out there.
Well, but you're right. You're right, Coach
He's
Miller.
clueless.
You're right,
It's all
Coach
right.
Miller. I think that
We'll fill you
it's
in after the show.
hours.
Yeah.
there is a lot of.
I've been pretty quiet on this whole spiel for the last 20 minutes.
I
So.
noticed.
We've been listening to you.
Nothing to share.
Well,
you,
I mean,
you have
no,
a
I- I-
son
hey,
that does sports. Your
at
daughter does
least-
sports.
At least he didn't
like a 5
snore
seconds.
tonight and
5
fall
seconds.
asleep while during the middle of the show like he did last week.
I didn't fall asleep during the show last week.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Listen,
You go back and watch it. You
Both
better
of you
watch.
guys. Both of you
I
guys.
was wide awake.
I love my shoulder pain.
This guy's talking about me. He's over.
I talk with my hands. I can't help it. I that's the way I roll.
I don't know what
That's
you
the
were
way I
saying.
roll.
I don't
So,
know what you were saying.
well, Coach McVey, what else we got on the docket for tonight before we close out?
Shot it in the foot there.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We tabled that discussion next week, and
And there's so much. There's a lot to unpack out of that one.
there is. I think that's about it. I mean, you brought up Deshaun Watson.
There we go. That's the one that I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say.
Go ahead. Take us away with that.
Did you see the video of the depositions?
No, I have not.
I have not watched that.
Okay.
Do tell.
Did you? They're asking him. Did you? How did they say it? Because it was so good. The line of questioning was so good, and just watch his face. And there's you're lying. Do you know that they did you offer to? Did you try to get a massage? Yes. Okay. Did they? God, I don't want to butcher it now. But they asked him.
You gotta say it.
Did you notice it? Did you ask if they were licensed? No. So you don't know if they were trained? No. Did you talk to the Texans about it? No. Did you talk to the training staff of the Texans about it? No. So you're going to have someone, and you posted this on Instagram, and that's how you did it? Yes. In different cities that you went to? Yes. So let me get this straight. You're going to go into different cities, and you're going to post on Instagram to have someone come and put their hands on you, and you don't know if they're trained to do the job of a massage therapist, correct? Are you judging me?
That's what his answer was?
It was like,
Wow.
That's what he
are
said?
you freaking kidding? Now, there was a couple of them that they meshed together. So
Yeah,
I've seen a couple that they, and I'm not sure if it was in that order or what, but you're just looking at them like, okay, so when you're sitting there like, okay, well maybe it's all, now there's 22, and they all can't be wrong. That's what Grandpa said, everybody can't be wrong. 22, they all got the same story, and they're in different places, and I don't think there's like a chat room forum to like,
There's no group chat?
unlicensed, untrained massage therapists against Deshaun Watson that all of a sudden, or a Facebook page or some kind of rallying thing or something to get this guy. Are you serious, man? I mean,
Well, I just don't. You're Deshaun Watson. Why do you have to do this?
maybe he's got a fetish.
With Deshaun.
I don't know. Why? Okay, listen. I'm going to go to a city. I don't know these people. I'm just going to put it out there like, hey.
Hey,
know?
some people like massage therapists. Some people like chicken wings.
Some people do.
You're right.
You just compared chicken
Mo Williams.
No, that's true. Mo Williams.
Mo Williams.
Mo Williams is great.
That's what I'm saying. Martinez, Carlos Martinez, all that stuff, you know?
Where is Carlos?
San Fran.
San Fran's on minor league deal.
Yes.
But this whole Deshaun Watson, I'm just like,
Baker
Well,
Mayfield.
hold on. How about the Browns?
Wait,
The Browns.
Baker. Hey, the Browns owner didn't even show up to his press conference. You're investing that much money in a dude, and you don't even go to the press conference. What does that say? What does that say?
You've won in the 3-4 years that you've had Baker more than the past decade, at least 7 years. You said it. What did you say? He got you to the point to where winning is relevant again,
Yes.
or where the expectation
and
of
then
winning.
you just,
And then you just dump. You're just trying to dump
And
him.
I don't even like the guy. I mean, I was like, hey, what, he went to Oklahoma? I hate anybody who goes to Oklahoma. Come on. And
Cool
it could be
story.
worse. It could have went to
Kansas,
Kansas.
that's true. But anybody in the Big 12 is just going to do that list. I don't think he was Baker Mayfield is an elite quarterback. I don't think he's in that tier. I don't think he'll ever be in that tier. I don't think Deshaun Watson is an elite quarterback.
No.
He just had his entire season off, and he wasn't suspended. They just put him on that one goofy list that they don't want to say that
Well,
you
and
did
they don't
something
even
wrong.
know if he's going to be able to play right away. He may get suspended still.
He got paid to sit at home. He made his money.
Dude's
If they
making
had-
more money.
He's
Bang,
making
bang,
more
bang.
money
If
now.
they had elite quarterbacks,
So he can get any massage therapist he wants.
you talk about Baker.
Best money can buy.
Yeah, but
What a moron. God.
That's my point.
Just go to the
the
club.
Browns.
What are you doing? I just don't understand it.
Hello.
It's people who have a lot of money. They have millions of dollars, $1 million
Ego.
and a
Ego.
10-cent head.
Oh, it's all
Ego.
about ego.
Not me. You can't. No, rules don't apply to me because I would be willing to bet
Well,
since
he
was
must
in,
not- he-
since he was in junior high or high school, he was always the man. The rules never apply.
I bet, you got, you got away with that stuff in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Clemson.
No, Clemson.
Well, they-
Clemson.
In South Carolina
Yeah.
and Clemson.
They told them which places to go where that was prevalent, and that
Sure they
they
did.
knew it was a happy ending. I mean, come on. I'm just
Do
saying.
you think Deshaun Watson's story is going to be a happy ending?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
250 mil or
Yeah,
whatever
it
he's
is.
got. Yes, and they said, hey, if
How
you
much
get
is
suspended,
guaranteed?
all of it.
It was a lot.
Not
No,
all
it
of
wasn't
it.
all
No,
of it.
he's getting all of it because if they fine him, he's only losing $1 million. All of that other's guaranteed, guys. Yes, it
man,
is.
that's a-
Yes, it
Jason falling
is.
asleep over there.
Yeah. No,
I was yawning.
but I go back to you say you don't think Baker Mayfield's an elite. I don't think he is either because you know why? If the NFL had elite quarterbacks, you wouldn't have a 40 some odd year old quarterback. You would have a 39-year-old guy that's still. You wouldn't have all of these guys that are in their late 30s.
They're two of the best ones of all time.
But what I'm saying is if
The game's different than it was years ago.
I'm saying
Steve
is
Young
that
would have still been playing too if he wouldn't have
Right.
got absolutely
Oh,
smacked.
man. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, no. Hold on.
What?
You have all of the, think about all in the last 20 years that Brady's 20 plus years that Brady's been playing and Rodgers have been playing. there haven't been the big names. There haven't been these elite Hall of Fame caliber type players. Andrew Luck, and he fizzled out. And who else? Who else is this Hall of Fame caliber?
Phillip Rivers.
That's still in that genre because he's that old.
Peyton Manning.
He's already done. Like I said, younger.
No,
Younger.
You're talking like like Detroit's quarterback.
Okay, there's one.
Detroit.
He's you mean
Golf.
Rams?
Stop.
Oh, golf. Oh, never mind.
Golf
no,
is
no,
in Detroit.
no,
Stop.
no. He's not elite.
No, he's not elite.
He's
but
never
people,
gonna be the Hall of Fame.
He's
but
never
he's
gonna be
getting
Hall of Fame.
paid like he got paid
I'm
like he was
talking
elite.
skill, though. Skill. That's the whole point is that why Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns are matching up is because they don't think Baker Mayfield's this elite level quarterback. And I'm saying
I
you
don't think
have,
Deshaun Watson's that much of an
and
upgrade.
that's what I'm saying. You don't
That's
have
what I don't
the guys
understand.
that we grew up watching. They don't
you mean
exist.
there's not an Elway around?
I agree with Coach Rhodes. Josh Allen might be that guy.
Okay, there's
Okay,
two.
well,
two.
Totally agree.
The dude from the Chargers. I like him.
Oh, yeah,
Herbert.
he's good, Herbert.
Jury's still out. Think about it. You had
Whoa! What?
Bro.
for a Hall
Bruh.
of Fame career.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't specify.
That's what he said. Hall of
Oh.
Fame. You had 3 in the '82 draft class.
Yeah?
Okay, in one draft class, 3
You're
dudes.
comparing.
Yes, that was
No.
the whole point. That's the whole point that we're talking about.
That's the point you're talking about.
Yeah, is that
I don't know
why
what
would
point
you?
you're trying to make.
The whole point is
That's
that
what
they're
I
not
felt like when we were
elite.
talking about girls basketball.
No,
earlier, but go ahead.
elite level, elite
I know
level
what point Blair
QBs.
was making.
Why would you go out and go get Deshaun? There aren't elite level quarterback. You're
I
gonna
don't
win with
understand why
Baker.
you went out and get Deshaun when I don't think he's that much better than Mayfield.
That's my point.
I mean, like, if you went and got Rodgers,
Wait, hey, even better. When Deshaun Watson has to sit for about 9 games because he got suspended,
well, Baker Mayfield, how the hell?
you're going to be playing with the backup quarterback anyway. So you
It's
might
going
as
to
well
be
have kept-
Mayfield.
Mayfield, his deal's
They-
done, ain't he?
No.
No, he's still on the rookie contract.
He's still.
He's still on the rookie contract. That's the thing.
That's the other
he
thing.
Wants to,
if he gets suspended, you have a quarterback who's pissed off at you, who you may have to play just put. I don't know.
He's got. Wait, he can't go in there and just tank.
who Baker?
Yeah.
No.
He's got.
No, he's gotta
He's
play.
asked
get
for a
traded.
trade. He's
Right.
already
Yeah.
asked for
He
a
already
trade.
asked
He's
for a
got.
trade.
But he's got to play. Here's what's going to happen. Watson's going to get suspended. He's going to have to play. He's going to be playing, and it'll be kind of like that Jimmy Garoppolo thing where they trade him after a few games before the trade deadline because now his stock's up.
Maybe if his stock's
If
up.
he plays
if
well.
he play- hey, you can't
gotta
get
ball
any,
out.
the number 1 overall pick, and
Yep.
you can't get anything for him. You get 5 picks for Hill, and the market. We don't have draft picks. We
I mean, that
It's all
whole
done.
Hill thing is crazy too to me. And Devonta Adams, and I mean,
Salary cap.
Devonta
Salary cap.
Adams. Now, Devonta Adams though is going to his college quarterback. I'm interested to see what that does for the the Las Vegas Raiders.
I don't know about
Vegas.
I don't know about that.
Not a car fan.
He's not any good.
I'm
throws
saying
for a
he's as
boatload
good
of
as
yards.
Deshaun.
Everybody.
Other than he cannot run,
No.
other than he cannot run, he's as good as Deshaun Watson. That's why I don't understand
I don't
what the
think-
Browns are doing,
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with
and
you.
I hope they flop. And I hope
As-
the poor dog pound's
as-
crying.
As much as I was a Browns fan.
But I don't even watch
Wait,
the NFL
wait,
hardly.
Go ahead.
so-
Finish your point.
Well, because I like Baker's story, but we also, we got the Forbes kid from North County who plays for the Browns. Hopefully, he finally gets a healthy year. So, just to root him on or root the franchise
listen.
on.
I hope Watson balls out.
What?
I hope he balls out.
Why?
Well, I'm sure he will at some point.
Oh, you're just
that
you
note,
are-
shut it up.
That note,
Oh man! All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning into the Coach's Box. Again, go ahead and make sure you follow us on Facebook. If you don't,
YouTube.
go to YouTube and our mission now is going to be really pushing the YouTube channel.
Whether you even watch it or not,
Yeah,
just subscribe.
just subscribe.
It's free.
That's
It's
right.
free. So everybody
Free.
that follow.
Yeah, everything's free
Hey,
here.
listen, we get a lot of value here.
Free.
It's free.
Value.
So, hey, make sure you do that.
Not making
and then,
that comment, but
and
free.
then on our Apple Podcasts, if you like the show, you like listening, you maybe want to go back and hear some of the
You
older
got any
shows.
friends that got some businesses that need advertising?
Yeah.
This is cheap. Cheap.
Cheap advertisement. You get the free content. Boom. You can't beat that. Can't beat that at Walmart. Can't beat that at the old Peebly Flea Market either.
That's right.
Is that still a thing?
No.
I wish.
I was gonna say.
That'd be cool.
Close
A
it
lot
up.
of baseball cards.
I like
there.
to. Oh man, I got a crap ton of baseball cards I need to get rid of.
Might be worth something.
Doubt it.
Check the old Beckett.
Yep, that's right.
I got Bo Jackson's Beckett still sealed in a.
Attaboy.
Might be worth some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
We better. Otherwise,
It's
this
about time.
conversation's going to go for a long
Roll it
Time
out,
to close
yeah.
up shop.
So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and check us out on Apple Podcasts. We'll be on other platforms soon enough. But for the guys here, thanks for watching Coach's Box. Peace.
Deuce.